What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today we're going to be taking our boy Dark Kael, who just nuked down that guy on the right, for a spin in the clan boss against the faction wars right now, and of course some very cool dungeon runs using poison explosion. Now he's a very unique champion from the normal Doom Tower. Let me know in the comment section if you guys actually have this dude. And yeah, overall he's not super busted by any means. But for me, on a personal standpoint, he really was game-changing to my account because I don't have a seer. And I always said, since I get my Elenaru, I'm going to be maxing this dude. I did it and he's actually performing really well. So let's just see how much damage he does here on this faction wars. Oh, you should have put the A1 there, could have got a final hit. So there we have it at 650,000, outperforming our Cold Heart here. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright then, so here's my relentless Dark Kael, and I'll talk about why he's in this kit in a moment. But let's just briefly go over his kit, talk about where he can be used, etc. So, attacks one enemy 3 times. Really great for Giant Slayer procs, or taking down those dungeon bosses, along with the rest of this kit here. So, has a 30% chance of once booked to instantly activate 2 poison debuffs, or 1 poison and 1 HP burn. Now, when you think about someone like an Elenaru who places those poisons and also places a HP burn, this is really great to detonate those debuffs to take down bosses like the Dragon or the Fire Knight a lot more consistently, right? And a big shout out to 69 Boomer, who I believe was the first person I seen to actually implement Dark Kael into poison explosion compositions. So make sure you guys go and drop him a subscription as well. I always said, when I seen this video, like I think it was around 4 months ago, if I ever pull Elenaru, I'm building a Dark Kael, and that's pretty much what's happened here today. Heading into his A2 ability, he attacks all enemies and has a 100% chance once booked of placing an AoE decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. Each critical hit also has a 100% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs on the target by 1 turn. So when you think about these poison explosion comps, or just trying to extend debuffs on something like the clan boss for instance, this is really great because you're able to extend those debuffs to make sure you can last for longer, right, against the clan boss. Also decrease attack for the clan boss. But in poison explosion compositions, you're increasing that duration so Elenaru can come through and do a combustibility and completely wipe them out, right? Because she instantly detonates all of the poison debuffs even when they're stacked. So this is what makes him really unique, and that's why I built this champion. Heading into the A3, 100% chance of placing 3 5% poison debuffs and a 25% poison sensitivity for 2 turns. Once again, really great for the clan boss and really great for those poison explosion compositions. Now I must say his A2, I think it's on a 4 multiplier, correct me if I'm wrong. And it actually does smack pretty hard. So if you're you don't have a great nuker at the moment, you can actually deal some great AoE damage in the arena. So definitely don't underlook the Blinding Darkness. And his passive decreases the crit rate of enemies under 2 or more poison debuffs by 15%. And if there's multiple champions, it won't stack. It'll just be from him, right? So yeah, overall pretty unique kit. How I built him today is in a relentless set. Reason for it is, when I'm doing my poison explosion comps, because I do not have a seer, of course, I'm pretty sure many of you guys know this by now, he's able to detonate those poisons at the boss and it just makes it so much quicker, right? The more relentless procs you get on that A1 ability, it's going to keep cycling and cycling and help you get your best times, right? So definitely, in my opinion, get a relentless on him, it's going to be amazing. Now, I tried to not go super full crit damage, which is actually something I'm looking to do. But in Relentless, I couldn't make it work with the 100% crit rate to coincide with this one, because I really need him to crit to increase those durations. So we've just got the crit rate gloves today. So we've got speed and crit damage, attack percent and speed, crit damage, resistance, crit rate on the gauntlets with some speed, attack percent on the chest plate, and then we've got attack percent on the boots. And heading into the banner here, we've gone for accuracy to make sure we can land those poisons, increase those durations. We don't want to be getting resisted, right? Crit damage on the amulet, and then we got HP on the ring. Then heading into the overall stats, we have got 34,000 HP, 5,000 attack, 2.2k defense, 216 speed is my speed tune for my poison explosion comps. I haven't got it perfected amazingly, but I'm hoping to kind of improve those times over time, which we'll get into. 100% crit rate, crit damage a bit on the low side, definitely looking to bump this up. And then 316 accuracy, just to make sure I can land those debuffs if I just want to use it maybe in the Doom Tower, for instance. And I need like those high thresholds. Masteries. Let me move myself out the way before people scream at me. There we go. Boom. So we've got an offensive tree heading down to the Giant Slayer, of course, because if you've got a triple hit on the A1, you really want to be bringing in this Giant Slayer mastery. Offensive down here, and then the support tree heading down to the Lore of Steel, the Evil Eye to reduce turn meter, and then also the Master Hexer to extend his debuffs. So this is kind of my personal preference here. So yeah, that's my Dark Kael, that's how I built mine, and without further ado, let's go into a few areas of the game and see where I actually use this dude. We've already shown the faction wars, but let's head into some dungeons, etc. Let's get into it. Alright then, so as I was mentioning earlier, I actually built this Poison Explosion comp on stream a few weeks ago, and I've actually just implemented this Dark Kael into the mix, because of course, a big shout out to Boomer, he showed how much value this champion can have in these kind of compositions. So I don't have the craziest time in the world, but it's definitely effective in comparison to what I was doing before, because no seer means that stage 25 and 24 is just out of the question when you're trying to do some speed runs. But you see that there, guys? He's increasing those durations, allowing our Elenaru to come through, do the combust, and it just works out really great. But of course, this isn't the main reason we're using him. We really want him for the boss at the end, when he's detonating all of those poisons. So we've got with a preset here where he's only going to be doing his A1, detonating those debuffs with the poisons and the HP burn. Usually I'm looking at around 1 minute 10 or so for stage 21, or should I say 24. Yeah, it's definitely a great improvement to what I had before. Now, once I get my Elenaru in some books, it'll probably be a lot quicker, right? But let's just get through here. Hopefully we can see some relentless procs. He's feeling a bit shy today. Usually he just goes off on it. But really, like, your best times is going to be dependent on how many extra turns he takes. Like, there we go. Unfortunately, we run out of poisons there. I will show a full video of how to do this comp in a separate video with all the stats and stuff. So stay tuned for that. So get those poisons on, and can he get the final hit? I think he will. Boom. So 126, definitely not the best in the world, but I usually see around 115 is my kind of sweet spot. So I'm very happy with this. And let's just head into the Fire Knight next, where it's a very similar composition, but we're using a Lore instead of Bad El-Khazar. So similar team, and yeah, pretty much on the last ability, we want to use that A1 ability to chunk them down. So boom, get those poisons up. I actually used my life tokens for a Tomb Lord, and now I'm pretty happy that I did, because he's coming into full effect for me. Extend, and boom. Come through here. And I must say, if I ever pull a seer, I don't think I'm ever going to use one. Because it's taken me so long, and I've done without it, I'm going to make a promise to myself. I'm never using a seer. I'm not doing it. So here we go. Now it's going to go boom. Now I've seen this run go a lot faster with other compositions from other players. I'm still trying to book up my Elenaru to be able to get those cycles going. But for me, before I was doing stage 20, because it was just taking me too long, right? Bringing in a Dark Kael, bringing in these other champions, it's just changed my account. Like, he's actually been game changing for me. Look at those poison detonations, combust there. Drop attack, drop defense, a Lore keeping it down with the turn meter. And I usually see around 1 minute 45-ish, I believe. Depending on how much relentless he procs. So, come on. He doesn't want to do it today. He's like, you guys are watching, we don't want to do relentless procs. I'm sure you'll come through with at least one here. Maybe. by some chance. Come on, you got this. Okay, he definitely doesn't want to do it today. And can he get the final hit in? I think he will. There we go. So 1 minute 45. This is kind of one I always see. That's pretty nice boots. I like those. Even if I don't use it for immunity, I still like those pieces. So yeah, 1:39 was my best time personally, but I'm looking to get it down to around 1 minute 20 or so once I get the books for my Eleanor rule. So I'm not going to kind of rinse and repeat. It's pretty much the same thing against the Ice Golem. And I'm pretty sure if he was in the right stats and maybe a regen set and some high HP and stuff, he may be able to solo this with like another support champion, maybe a Eurogrim or something. So yeah, that's some pretty cool ideas. But let's go into the clan boss. Now, I don't have a team in mind or anything. Let's just showcase his kit. It's less about the team, more about the kit. So, who should we take out of here? I guess we should just take out maybe Taraji. It doesn't really matter. Let's just get him in for the damage. And boom. Remember, he's not built for clan boss or anything like that. He was mainly built for my dungeon composition. But let's just showcase what he can provide for our team. Boom. So poison sensitivity, 2 poisons. Really great, right? So poison, one of the best debuffs you can bring in for the clan boss to maximize your damage output. And he's going to come through. He's going to extend those debuffs. So if you don't have a Vizier, you don't have an Aox the Rememberer, or a Bulwark, that ability there is really going to help you keep up those debuffs, like your decreased attack, like your drop defense. And look at that, detonate those poisons, get some instant damage to make sure that you can come in and fill up that debuff slot again. Yeah, it's really great for the clan boss, I must say. Like, I haven't built a full team around him, but if you guys do want to see a full in-depth Dark Kael clan boss team, definitely let me know in the comment section. So what I'll do is, I'll let this run over to the wonky, and let's just see how much damage he can do. So we're just closing in now on that wonky for Nightmare difficulty. Unfortunately, it was Force Affinity today on Ultra Nightmare. But you can still see the great value that he's bringing to the table, especially in that Relentless set. Now, bringing him into an Ultra Nightmare setting with an unkillable team, I can really see this guy doing some amazing numbers. Potentially even a wonky with the right RNG, but yeah, man, I'm really impressed with this dude, I must say. And I think he's going to be pumping out a lot of damage here. Increasing those durations, poison detonations, the Giant Slayer on the A1 ability. Definitely worth the build for the clan boss if that's somewhere where you're trying to focus on a damage dealer, right? So I think we just let it go to 40 million. That's what I always like to do, even on Ultra Nightmare. I always go like a million over just in case. I can't remember the exact number. So yeah, I think that's enough. There we go. So let's see how much he did up until the wonky setting. So 27 turns, he has pumped out 14 million damage. 14 million in 27 turns. That's pretty insane, right? So yeah, let's just head off the clan boss now, take him into the arena. and have a bit of a blast of him over there to wrap things up. So let's just try find a decent team here. I think this is one we could take down. Now, he's not super built for damage, so we're not going to see the full value of his damage output, right? But we can get a bit of a gist for it. Boom. Okay. What was that, around 50k or so there? And Arbiter coming through to just flex on them. So not too bad. Can we just find one more team here? Because he's not super built for damage, I just want to be a bit careful here. Was that the team we just faced? I think so, right? If so, this guy's going to be so mad at me. I actually think it is the same team. Let's see if it works out the exact same. So this time Deacon survived. It's all good. And Arbiter comes through with another flex. Alright, let's find a different one this time. Here we go. Not going to do too much arena, but I hope you guys can see the value that his A2 ability can actually smack. Oh, no, no, no. There we go. Ooh, I thought he was going to die from that poison damage there. And Arbiter with the flex again. Alright guys, so yeah, pretty good for the arena, great for clan boss, amazing in faction wars, poison explosion master paired in the right composition. This guy is worth the 6 stars in my opinion. So that is going to be all for the video. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.